Hello there. Welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve. Well, if you're anywhere near Nova Scotia, you know it's been raining for about 3 days straight. Heavy, heavy rain last night. But it's early in the morning. It's just after sun up. No sun, of course. It's still raining. And I thought it was a good idea to get up early this morning and get out in the rain, man. Every once in a while, I like to get out in the rain and just be in the woods. It's really nice. I highly recommend it. But this morning I came out. I haven't had coffee. I'm not a big breakfast person, but I haven't had breakfast either. And I brought a couple things to see if I can stay dry, get set up, get a dry area set up here, and get a coffee on the go and maybe some breakfast. I'm also sporting my new Burma hat this drift. I received it from family who had traveled to Australia, and I treated it. So I'm giving it a try here today, and a real good test for my poncho again. Second time out with my poncho. Find it's getting easier and easier to put on every time I use it. So I got it right over my pack this time, no problem, first try. So that's cool. Anyway, if you want to see if I can stay dry, stick around. All right, that took me a while. It's a good thing I got all day. I mean, it's not hideous. If I were here for the night, you'd want to take the time to set it all up right. And I have very little tarp experience too, I've mentioned before, so I'm always figuring things out as I go. But now that took so long, I am ready for a coffee, man. So let's get our stove out and get this show on the road. And my hammock chair, it's all right. It's not perfect, but I think it'll do for now. Get my seat here. You just gotta take your time the first couple times you get in. Excuse me. May not be perfect, but it's pretty close, man. I could have run a line from this center point out to a tree to give it some slope, right? Because rain's gonna want to hang on this, but it's not raining that hard now. So we're just gonna roll with this. So I've got my chicken can cooker and my little faithful alcohol stove that I made, my DIY stove. This spot is a great spot, mainly because of the tub itself. The tub definitely makes this spot. It gives you a flat surface to do stuff on. Now, I am going to level this stove up just a little bit in a second. I get crossbars this way. This is just a top off one of those max heat stoves that you can get at your local home hardware. But I think you should buy one of those max heat stoves just for this part. This has come in real handy. I've used it a lot. Just a pot stand and a bit of a windshield. Oh, coffee. I really need you. Looks like I've succeeded in staying dry. If I were to call this the stay dry drift, I think I've done it. These days of rain we're having now should pretty well be the end of our snow in the woods. There's not very much left. Low-lying areas that the sun doesn't get to. It's about all that's left for snow in the woods. Seeing in this spot, this little clearing, a whole lot of deer sign. So I'm gonna have to be vigilant for ticks, of course, as always. Okay, we got our kettle water ready, because it's not gonna take long to boil water once I get this stove going. So let's see if we can get us a nice level spot, because I want to do some cooking after too. So to accomplish that, I brought a cedar shakes shingle that I thought would work pretty good, especially if you can take like a stick or something, put it under it. And that looks pretty close. That's 9. Just roll that out of the way some. There, that looks level to me. Right on. I'll bring you in close and we'll get the stove going. All right. So we got our stove. Just drop him right in there. And the stuff got there. Not much wind today. Not a breath, actually. So I don't think I need a windscreen or anything. I'm going to do this over here. There we go. Better to get this started out of the way. Start your pour. There we go. I just fill it till methyl hydrate sits on top just like that. Now let's fire a spark at that and see if it'll go. It's going. Hard to see the flame there, but it's going. Now let's put our... Oh, I didn't get my gloves out yet. I need my gloves for playing with fire. My pot stand on there. And get my water on. I grab my gloves and get my coffee set up. Okay, let's get our coffee set up. As usual, I got my pour over device. Also, as usual, I got my sugar and coffee and mint tins. This is just what I do. I just need just a pinch of sugar. Nothing too crazy. And then I got my pour over device. Silicone pour over device. It's flat pack, foldable. I really like it. I got my coffee filter. And I think I could make that end higher in this, on my hammock chair, that is. If I make that end higher, I think it'll make this sit a little bit more comfortable. If I have time here before my water boils, I'll try it. If not, this will do. Stuff my filter in there. And my coffee goes right in there. My coffee today is absolutely nothing special. I'm not real picky on coffee. I haven't developed a fine taste for coffee. I just like coffee. As long as it's strong, it can be bitter or smooth, it doesn't matter to me. But today I've got Folgers Black Silk. It's what was on sale. I'm not paid by Folgers or anything like that. You could probably tell. But I do like the Folgers Black Silk. It's a good one if you're not picky about your coffee. Okay, that's got bubbles and a little bit of steam coming now. I'm going to try to readjust my hammock chair, get it up just a little bit higher on that end. Hopefully I can do that before water boils. Okay, that is at a hard rolling boil there now. So I'm going to take this off for a sec. And I'm going to snuff out my stove here just to save fuel, until I'm ready to start cooking. Put this over here. Put this here. Now let's pour some coffee. Set my grounds first. Oh yeah, I adjusted the chair. It's more level now. That is more comfy. I might move the tub just a little bit this way. Oh, I don't often work for my coffee, but today I did. So far, so good. I haven't pitched a tarp very many times, but I'm very eager to learn, I guess. Especially this year, man. I played around last year with camping and stuff, tents, hammocks, car camping, right? Just mostly test runs and experiments. Sometimes even in my own yard, right? But this year, I think I don't know. I think my skills maybe are to a level that I can get out and do some overnighters, maybe with just a tarp, maybe with a hammock. We'll see. Probably start with the hammock. I like the tent too, so we'll see. We'll see how the weather plays out and stuff, and we'll get out on some adventures for sure. Fishing season's starting too real soon, so the boys are eager to get fishing. Waters, it's been so much rain, so I can't imagine brook fishing's going to be an option there. Come opening day, April 1st opens our trout season. So I imagine we'll be looking to hit a lake somewhere, something like that. There we go. That's all my water poured through. Let it go in here. Does it ever smell good? As soon as we get that done, we'll start working on breakfast. Again, I got my entire breakfast in one of these Bear Complex containers. And a few other things, actually. I got a little bit of stuff in there. These things work great for carrying your food. They're just enough for one meal, I find, for me. And my coffee's done pouring through this, or my water's gone through. I like to just kind of fold it over, and a little squeeze. There we go. Then I'll drop them right into my kettle for now. That way nothing gets anywhere. I don't leave coffee grinds or anything in the woods. I'll take it home with me. There we go. Oh, let's give it a stir. Let my sugar be on the bottom. Probably crazy hot, so I can't wait. I need to have a sip. I'm feeling about 2 hours late from my regular coffee time. Oh, it's hot and it's strong. Let's keep it that way. There we go. I'll put that there for now. That insulated mug's going to keep that nice and hot till I'm ready for it. See if we can level this guy up even more. Ooh, that's looking pretty good right there. All right, let's refill the stove, get it lit, and get breakfast on right away. Okay, now that I got coffee ready, I'm really anxious to get breakfast on the go. That's not hot anymore, that's great. Take the snuff cap off my stove. I got into doing that a while ago, snuffing my stove out while I pour my coffee. I mean, there's just no sense letting it burn while I'm making my coffee. And this one works so good, man. I can just snuff it out, light it back up, and get breakfast on. Did not take very much to boil that water, right? Just a splash filled it. So I could probably get away with not refilling it, but I don't want to run out of heat before my food's cooked. So, let's throw a spark at that and get them going again. Now I see a lot of people when they're doing their ferro rod, they like move the knife, scrape the knife down the rod like that. I prefer to hold my knife still. This is just how I do it. There's no right and wrong. And I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm making no claims. I'm just showing you what I do. I may transition to doing this differently someday. Who knows? I like to hold my knife solid and pull my ferro rod. It's just what I do. I always found when I'm pushing the knife down, I'd always go too far, put too much into it, and hit everything, right? But if you hold the knife solid and pull, like you're pull starting a chainsaw, pull your ferro rod, I find that works good, man. All right, now let's get cooking. What level does that really look? Not too bad. Not too bad that way. Okay, so this shouldn't take very long to cook. So let's just roll with it. Yeah. Had my ins and outs with flippers, so I carved my own flipper this time. We're going to try it out for the first time. It's got my little Drifting Spore logo on the back there, wood burned in. Carved this out of birch. And yeah, I think it'll work. We're just going to try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It doesn't matter. The fun was in carving it, I guess. So, got some oil here. Oil my pan. That back. My tarp is keeping me nice and dry, man. This one is my tarp's a 10 by 10. It's one I got last year. It's a W Up Bird. It's the name on it. Just got it off Amazon. I didn't really know what I was looking for or what I wanted, so I just went with this one. And you know what? 10 by 10 is a little bit big for what I do. I'm finding. I mean, I like it for the for hammocks. I think I'm gonna want the 10 by 10, but for the most case, I brought my survival blanket in case I couldn't pitch the 10 by 10 and needed something smaller. But I managed to get this one up. I had lots of ridge line. That's another thing I'm no expert at, running ridge lines and stuff. All that stuff, I'm telling you, that took me a little while to get this all set up. But every time you do something, you get a little bit better at it. You learn. Okay, here we go. Let's try this egg in here. Out, I burnt myself. See if we can get any shells in. And there we go. There's my egg. Did bring some paper towel this time. Now my container. I've had all my food and stuff in it. Not all my food. I mean, I had an egg. I got a bagel in here, and I got a processed cheese slice. That's all I got in there. But now I can put any of my compost and stuff. That can all go in there now. Now with my stuff I carve, spoons and stuff, I don't think I've ever told you about this before, but spoons and spatulas and stuff I carve, for the most part, instead of using like an oil or anything on them to finish them, I burnish mine. And you might not know, but burnishing is where you take a smooth rock and you rub it on the piece, and that will seal the wood. It makes the wood go shiny and sealed, and that way you don't have to ever do anything again. When I started carving and carved my first few spoons, I didn't really know what to do to finish them, so when I got looking it up, at the time I was very interested in primitive skills, what I was looking at more so than anything, and that was the primitive way to seal wood was to burnish it, and rubbing a very smooth stone, right? And if you get looking, you'll find smooth stones everywhere, or I did. So I've got a good collection of them for different ways, different nooks and crannies you got to get into. Come on, egg, don't stick. Ah, I broke my yoke. My flipper is working, but shouldn't say but. My flipper is working. Okay, let's get our bagel ready at least. Because you can probably guess what I'm going to do with that. It's going to spend a little bit of time in the frying pan as well. I'll put my cheese on top of there. Trash goes in there. I'm going to let my coffee start cooling off. Keep it in the dry zone though. Okay, there we go. We got a flip. So my flipper is not bad, but it's not great either for flipping. Be great for stirring stuff, right? It works. I suppose. I shouldn't say anything. It worked. I've just never used it before. And the main thing I ended up making one myself was for the size of it. So it's nice and small. Fits right in my Bear Complex container, right? So, or it'll fit in my kettle too, I think. I haven't tried it yet, but I think it'll go in my kettle too. Okay, I'm going to call my egg done there. Yeah, let's see if I can get them pushed out of here. Onto my bagel. Just like that. And then I'm going to try to put my bagel in here for a bit. Squish it right down. See if we can kind of grill that guy up a bit. Oh, the fun, man. Starting to rain again. Okay, so it started raining hard, and I have my camera out in the middle of nowhere, so I had to scramble to get it back in here, and I burnt my bagel just a little bit, but that's okay. I don't mind that, not at all. So, where's my gloves? I'm gonna let the stove just burn out. I had to scramble and get the camera underneath the tarp with me. Hopefully you can see my head. I'm just gonna let that stove burn till it burns itself out. There. Now we can try our bagel sandwich, egg and cheese, and my coffee. Oh yeah. Oh, let's get comfy and give this all a try. Let's see if you can see my head. Okay, now we're all set. So I got my napkin here in the form of a piece of paper towel. Got my bagel sandwich, looking pretty good. My little stove's giving off a little wee bit of heat too, which is kind of blowing in at me, which is nice. And the rain has really picked up. My tarp obviously isn't isn't pitched so that the rain's coming off it. That downpour gave me quite a bit. So, something to learn for next time. Ooh-wee. Let's give this sandwich a try. I burnt it. It started pouring rain right before I was going to flip it, and my phone was out there. My camera was out there in the middle of nowhere getting drenched, so I had to scramble and get it. I got a little bit of char on my bagel sandwich, but I think it's still going to taste good. We'll see. Mmm. 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 Oh, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Oh, I got to tell you, this is pretty good. Mmm. Very nice. I can see birch polypores from here. Sound of the rain on the tarp. Very nice, man. I am enjoying this. I'm just gonna eat this bagel sandwich now and sit and enjoy my coffee, man. Listen to the rain on the tarp, the rain in the trees. Lovely. Oh man, what an awesome bit of time in the woods. What a great cup of coffee. Just heard four-wheelers somewhere close by. They didn't go by me, but I just heard them shut off too. Not sure where they're at, but anyway, neither here nor there. Oh, I wish I had brought my real hammock. I would have maybe stretched out for a nap here this morning. Anyway, coffee was lovely. Breakfast was lovely. Now I got some work to do to get packed up and get out of here. But all in all, I would say the stay dry drift was a success. I'm dry. I'll get my poncho on and start tearing down the tarp. Get everything packed up like we were never here. And I'll hope to return sometime real soon. Yeah, I'll get that done and check back in with you. Right on. Well, there we go, folks. I'm all packed up. Everything's put away. Everything's under my poncho in my pack. Perfect. Perfect morning in the woods, man. I had a lovely breakfast, a great coffee. I got to try a lot of things I wanted to try, using jute twine as guy lines for my tarp. I wanted to try that. I haven't set up my tarp very many times, man, so every time I get to set up stuff like that is a little bit further down the road of experience I get, right? Lovely, lovely time in the woods, but time to head her back to the car, I guess. My coffee was strong and hot, just the way I like it. The woods smell fantastic in the rain. Lovely. Anyway, though, time to head her back. It is Easter weekend, so I'd like to wish you all a very happy Easter. I hope you have a wonderful time. And I know we will for sure. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll join me on the next one. And I'll see you next time. Oh, and remember, folks, you will never find anything unless you get out and look. Go have a look, man. It's worth it. Bye for now.